Hood Postman, City, Hood, Click, let's go.
About humanity, putting truth in these lies, while they busy feeding lies. When you got that tunnel vision, gotta open up your eyes. Wake up and go to sleep. Man, I'm praying all times. And to my guys, ain't no other side. This for my brothers, I'ma pray we all shine. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Lock the door. Go ahead, lock the door. Yeah, you already know.
Depending on the lessons, some people eat, some people learn. But the game is gonna send you big. Lock the door.
Lock the door. The game is going to send you a bill. Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Bill, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15th. Welcome to the mailroom. When you come in, take a look at your mind, examine what's in your heart. You can go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth. This is not a glorification nor is a glamorization. It's always an education. Get on the bus and let me take you to school. Shout out to Rodney Scott. Shout out to the Postmaster General Marlena Williams in the house. L-Dub, what's happening? Rodney Scott. Henry, what's going on? King Mike, Antonio, and everybody that's joining this day, man. First of all, let me give a salute to the many veterans who gave their lives for the survival of this country and allowing it to supposedly continue to live in a free democracy. That's what they say. They claim it's a free democracy, but is it really? I think the best of us should lead the rest of us, because the least of us is misguided by the less mindlessness of us. And that brings us to the day why I decided to do this reaction, because I'm doing in Tish Howard. What's going on, Tish? How you doing? Shout out to Tish, my home girl right there, Tisha Howard. It's good. I have to do these sometime, have to come back and reiterate on certain why I do certain things. These videos are specifically for the next generation to watch so they know exactly what they don't want to be. See, because as I interview individuals, I uncover trauma, I uncover a lot of different things that about our culture that needs to be corrected. And I think the best way to do that is to interview certain individuals that came from certain walks of life, regardless what their level was, what their status was, who they were. But long as they was in the streets doing what they're doing, I think that qualifies them to be on a video. Now, you may personally not like some of the individuals, and that's fine. Pick a lane, pick one, move to the next video, or just eradicate yourself from the channel altogether. That way you don't have to be a part of something that you don't want to be a part of. So this is my true reason for this video, is the little Ed Dogg, who decided to sit down with me and share his history and experiences with the streets and let's see, Santa Ana, Watts, and Tragniew Park. He felt real compelled and compassionate about those three parts of his life. However, we are such a divided people. We seem to only be able to connect on the dance floor doing the electric slide side of the game. That's where we connect at because while we're preparing for Saturday night, the other people are preparing 3 generations, and that's what we argue and bicker over some of the pettiest things. And I don't think nobody really can say who is this and who is that. You know, we try to upstage or undermine, undervalue, and marginalize anything that we see somebody doing this. You know, shout out to my nieces and nephews, cousins and nephews and cousins and kin folks. You know, I'm talking about all the people that's out there. I'm calling you all the nieces, the nephews, the kin folks, the cousins, and the relatives and the rellies and all these different people, however you choose to label it. I'm talking to each and every last one of you, because this is important that you understand the things we continue to fall short in. It's important. We continue to fall short in the most important areas of daily activity, and that is work, education, religion, and everything that goes on within the society, whether we interacting with each other, politics, all that stuff. We seem to be holding the bad end of a stick. And our disrespect for one another, it leads to a culture has led to a culture of degradation. You know, where we just degrade each other for the simplest things. It just, I'm perplexed by it. But little Ed Dogg provided a very articulate narrative while extending his shout outs to various individuals from Tragniew Park. I don't know why they had a problem with that, but I guess I don't know. I don't get that part, you know, because he really held certain individuals up there up. And he gave, you know, certain individuals that's no longer with us that can't, you know, longer be shouted out. I don't hear nobody because I get plenty of opportunity. I have an open door opportunity here. Anybody can jump on. Anybody, as long as they can make sense. That's all my requirement is. As long as you can make sense, then I have no problem with anybody getting on my platform. I don't care if you're from the hood or you from a little small section, you from a clique, you hooked up with 2 or 3 dudes. I don't care. My thing is that you can make sense and you can provide some positive messaging for the children that's coming behind us, that's watching these things, that felt like they need to be part of this transition or be part of these neighborhoods and cliques and whatever. The streets ain't meant for everybody. That's why they created the sidewalk. You know, his experience and perception of the particular a particular reality is commendable to me. In my view, the aim of these videos is to educate the generations, guys, that's coming up behind us. What more can I say? We can't get caught up in these feelings, because that's what it is grown men being in their feelings. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you know. That's just it. All the other stuff is irrelevant. I don't even want to care to hear it because it don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? If you listen closely, you'll see that he talked about the streets. He talked about, you know, what was behind him growing up. He talked about the Slausons. He talked about the Watts area. He talked about being over there with the water center and the water gates. And then I get some dude on there talking about he wearing a mullet. I don't even know what a mullet. I think that's what, man, he's a brother, man. You know, I don't know what it is about the disrespect and the name calling. I don't get there, you know. But here's the thing, guys. If you die in them streets, guys, behind the color, there isn't a retirement plan or a 401k or a burial plan. Most of these guys wind up having to sell tacos and do car washes to bury some of these people, which is ridiculous. You can take out a insurance policy for less than $25, maybe $30 a month, something like that. You know, it's not really that expensive, man. So we gotta do better, guys. You know, we plan that it comes, you know, to the streets. When it comes to the streets, man, really the streets is undefeated. And life is just practice. We just hope we get great at it at some point. We just hope we get creative at it. And I just wanted to come on here and just share my thoughts about. I thought he did a really, 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 really good job at talking about the streets, talking about the particular neighborhoods and areas he grew up in. And it's no disrespect there. It just really just elevating individuals that he knew that he, like when he mentioned Shiesty, he mentioned Big Ed Dog. Shout out to Monique, shout out to Pierce. When he mentioned those individuals, he really just, I don't hear nobody on the internet talking about Big Ed Dog. How many people on in that section that's on the internet talking about Big Ed Dog? Most is the contributions that he gave to that area. But I heard this guy do it. But nobody gives him credit for that, And meanwhile, while we deal with this Trump situation, that's a whole nother ball of wax. Because today, I thought I heard it all. The man said that I'm just gonna move a little on past the Ed situation because I said what I said about that, and that's my guy, that's my ace right there, And I believe and I think he's a very articulate brother. He's very well spoken. See, because if you're not reading anything and you're not advancing yourself in knowledge, and all you do is sit around and drink beer and say cuz all day long, I don't even want to talk to you, to be honest with you, because I can't get nothing from that psychobabble. The psychobabble, I can't do nothing with because you've been doing that for at least 20, 30, 40 years and nothing has changed. I don't expect nothing will change. So therefore, if you know better, you do better. But anyway, coming back to Donald Trump, I had to put this in there. The man said if he deports you and you come back, they got the right to kill you. Not my words, his words. I don't know what that's going to look like, or even if that's going to even be even fly. That's going to be, man, they're stuck on the block, right? I don't even know if that's going to even be, I can't even imagine a fathom that people can be that cruel for people who's evading circumstances in another country, trying to get a country that we propagate and we say across the board, this is the land of the free. The home of the land and the free and the brave, right? How do we prove that? By killing poor people from broken countries and because they escaped some type of chaos and trauma and then wind up in this country, you gonna kill them for that? I don't know. I mean, I get it. I don't want a bunch of people just running over the border. But I think it's a better way to handle it than just outright just killing people. That just don't, man. And then this is another thing that while we sitting around arguing about red and blue, cousin blood, Hoover, Pyru, blood, Crip, while we sitting around debating all this stuff, California voters decided against backing Proposition 6. Proposition 6 is which would have amended the state constitution to abolish the forced labor within the prison system. I'm gonna say that again, to abolish forced labor in the prison system. So California decided to keep slavery legal, allowing prisoners in jails across California to force involuntary servitude within their systems. Yet we on the internet, we worried about Brick Baby, Whack 100, Loose Cannon. Let's see, who's some of the other 600? Some of the other ones. Adam 22, Black. I don't know exactly what kind of commentary that you guys get from that is useful to your everyday life. I have no idea. I don't indulge in that because it doesn't give me nothing. It's not educating me. All it is that Black people talking about Black people, unliving Black people. That's not where I'm at, because that's why I read and write. I don't fight and shoot. Most of the people that fight and shoot are in the graveyard, in jail, or they will be vanquished from living this, what they call in the free world of the United States. That's just that's just what happened. They waiting for you to do that, waiting on you to be part of that, so they can eliminate you, and then that way they don't have to even be concerned with you no more because now you've been confined to your room for the rest of your life. How does that feel to be confined to your room for your rest of your life? So that's where we at, guys. I mean, I know you guys might have no wars for me either. Please, thanks. I know you guys might have some hood soap opera. That's what it is, bro. You nailed it, Henry. It's just hood soap operas. I ain't got nothing against none of those guys. I just think they all in position to do a lot better than what they do. And some of the things that they say are more harmful than they are. Because to think about all their assaults and attacks are geared and targeted to other Black people. They do not get outside of that. They do not get out. They're not talking about the Asians, the whites, the Jewish community, or any other communities. They're not doing that. They only wake up in the morning and get on the internet, turn on the thing and see what's happening, and then immediately start talking about Black people. I'm not worried about none of those destructions. They have no respect for the self. It is something bigger than I'm looking at. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, we all know what the problem is. We know it. But I think that we just don't want to do nothing about it. We're waiting for somebody else to come fix it. And if we don't fix it, it's not going to get fixed. We are the problem. And we got to be the ones to make the adjustments and do the repairs and get better. Like I say, I read that when I read that article, about 85% of gang members suffer from mental illness, PTSD. Yeah. That was just astounding to me. That is a very high number, very high number, you know. All social media platforms, you're right, Marlene. A person that pulls up and fix it ends up, wow, yeah. Hopefully that don't happen, Pierce. Hopefully that don't happen. They have more respect for that. But coming back to my guy, Ed Dog, little Ed Dog, he had a lot of spirit and admiration, and he really believed in Big Ed Dog, and that's why he took on the name Little Ed Dog, because he really, felt like that was his example, or that was somebody that left that impression on him, because you got to think about growing up, you go from infant, toddler to adolescence to the impressionable, which is teenagers usually. And so by the time you reach 17, your personality is what it is. It's not going to be, you might add some more education to it, but your personality is pretty much already set. And during those times, that's when gang is at its highest. Recruitment is more or less in middle school, when the impressionable years, when you're looking to be impressed, or you looking for someone that's going to impress you, to where you say, hey, I want to be this. Because remember, when I was growing up, we would say, I want to be a fireman, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a lawyer. That was, during my era. And because I'm out of the baby boomer era, and I know we in past Gen Z. What is the I forget the last one. The last one is it's just crazy numbers. But yeah, so we evolved, we grow, but yet are we really growing? Are we remaining in this capsule? Are we encapsulated mentally, physically? Because you see individuals that still stand at the liquor store, or still just out and about smoking multiple blunts, from wherever God knows where they come from. And they seem to believe that's the best thing going, Are they worried about getting their bottles and stuff? If that's your dream, cool. 9 to 5 ain't my dream. Hey, 9 to 5 don't have to be your dream, bro. It just have to be the way some people make money. That's it, because money is a byproduct. It affords you to buy things you love to do and also pay people to do the things you don't want to do. If you don't have no money, then you can't operate. Those are negotiation tools. And without it, you can't navigate this life. You have to have something coming in. People often speak of being brainwashed, and sometimes you gotta wash your brain of the book. Yeah, you do, man, for real, Rodney, for real, man, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot, and we got to be careful, man, because we know there's a lot of indoctrination out there. There's a lot of people pulling you this way or that way, and even within the religious community, it's all about prosperity. Are the religious people really healing these day and time? Are they really giving you something, man? When you find out, this is crazy, guys. When you find out that the most books King James sold, of course they say King James responsible for the King James Version Bible, right? But he actually wrote a book that sold more copies than his Bible. And that's the demonology. Go look it up. King James, demonology, sorcery and witchcraft. Go look it up. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. King James, demonology. That book right there he sold more copies of that than the Bible. That book came out in the 1500s during his time when he had the Bible reconstructed and wrote and revised. So he wrote the King James Demonology. And he sold more copies of that book than any other book. So, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Why do we just aimlessly believe in these things and don't check it? There's no reference, or we don't look at the data, the statistics, and see how it coincides with us. Is it conducive to us being in the right place? We don't do nothing. We just automatically accept it. If the pastor said it, the deacon said it, or the bishop, or the imam, or the cardinal, or the whatever clergy you under, whoever's in charge, Hare Krishna, Yahweh ben Yahweh, or Dr. York, or Morris Science Temple down there, Noble Drew Ali. Oh, trust me, man. All the men had agendas, bro. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. They may have started off one way, but it always ended up. Look at Dr. York. He's in the ADX right now. Brilliant man. Brilliant man. But he's in the ADX for what? Molestation. Look at the Branch Davidian guy. He went down, burned up with the church, Then all the guys over there in Utah, whatever they practicing, Then Brigham Young, what is that? Dianetics. What was that guy's name? He got the Church of Scientology. Now Scientology in the Nation of Islam don't came together. So be careful of that. So that's why I say, man, it's best to just, find you somewhere to get and just read you some books, get you a full understanding, educate yourself, because I think self-taught is like one of the virtues of learning. It's really inspiring. It's exciting. And when you start learning things and you start comprehending and you really start getting into how this stuff works, where you look at the science, the mathematics, the biology, the chemistry, and the physics, and when you start because if you ask God, the Creator, to increase you in intellect and wisdom and knowledge, understanding, all that stuff is real because words are powerful. They do manifest the physical. You have the power of creation within your hand, and whatever life you have, you fashion with your two hands. So when I invite guests onto this platform to speak, I'm praying that everybody gets something from it. Even if it's to the degree that where they get from it is that they say, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be Stanley Tookie Williams. I don't want to be Raymond Washington. I don't want to be Puddin'. Now, I don't heard these stories about these Mac Thomases and Baba Louis and LBs and stuff. But 40 years in prison, that ain't a good route. That's not a good map. Let me go get a map that leads to me being an American jurisprudence, being a barrister, or being a judge, or being a lawyer. Let me get on a map that's going to let me be a doctor, an engineer, an architect, you know. Let me pick up one of those maps, because the street maps, death, deception, dishonesty, not loyal, prison, graveyard. Death, dishonesty, deception, not loyal, prison, graveyard. There are no winners in, I don't care what game you claim, how big your game is, there's no winners. None. Now, some of these stories are powerful and they're impactful, but know why you're here to listen to them. Know why you're here to listen to them. If you know why you're here to listen to them, you can learn from them, and then you can learn that, hey, I don't want to become that. I don't want to go down that road. I don't want that to overshadow what I possibly God intended me to be, what the Creator intended for me to be. Just because a tree and the grass grow out the same ground don't make them the same. So you get to pick and choose which one you want to be, because God gave you the free will. He didn't give animals free will. He didn't give nature free will. But all that's about order. Man created systems. And what's happening is that we're so reliable in systems and institutions that actually is driving us crazy. Nobody want to take the time to do research. Nobody want to take the time to read. How many of you knew that King James wrote a book called Demonology, Witchcraft and Sorcery? And that book he sold more copies of that book than he did of the Bible. How many of you knew that? Animals do have free will. How do they have free will? They can't speak, they can't talk. What free will do they have? Animals don't speak, bro. Animals don't have the mental capacity that you have as a human. How do you mean they have free will? Animals are created in order. They do what nature tell them to do. If a lion, say for instance, a lion come conquer a horde of lioness, you know what that lion's going to do to the babies that's left by the other lion? That lion is going to kill those cubs. That's nature. Lion don't have no decision in that, because nature dictates that he do that. There you go, Monique, spiritual. That man said that the animals have free will. I wish you would explain that one to me, Thomas. They do what they want to do, man. Animals are following nature, bro. Just like grass and trees, the seasons. They're following what nature has for them. If they didn't, the animal would decide to just come to the city and do what they want to do, but yet they don't, because they remain in the nature. They remain out, away from people. L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology. Animals have more free will than black man in America. Let me ask you this, Thomas. What are you? What are you? Who are you? Tell me that. Tell me, who are you? Depending on your answer, then I know where you at. Who are you? Yeah, that's right, Henry. You do have both negative and positive. Everything has a duality. There's up and down, open and close, he and she. Everything has a duality. But the Creator gave us the ability. Dogs have more rights. No, you talking about rights now, bro. You went from free will to rights. If somebody stand on a dog's neck until he dies, the camera. Now you don't want to something different, bro. You talking about some legal stuff. I asked you, who are you? Tell me, who are you? I can tell you who I am. I'm many things. There are many adjectives that describe who I am. I'm me. See, you couldn't answer that question, and see, I just answered it for you. I am many things. There are many adjectives that describe who I am. I am not black. I'm not a person. I'm not any of that. Those are constructs. Black is a construct. Person is something we just use to describe the individual, but still, yet it's a construct. Right on, King Thomas. You hang in there, though, brother. You hang in there. Keep reading, and finding out who you are. Then that way, you have a purpose. You have a meaning and a purpose. But you're not your name. You're not your color or none of that, or what people deem you to be, or what society has dictated. All it is cultural conditioning. All of it rides under cultural conditioning. Morpheus. Yeah, there you go. We are gods living in a human existence. There you go, Morpheus. There you go, brother. Tell him again. We've been Superman reduced to man. Simple as that. But coming back to the street stuff, right? I mean, none of it comes with a retirement plan, 401k, it comes with but yet they out here unliving people and not knowing the consequences of that, because there are many boomerangs in life. And your actions and deeds and destruction will come back with astounding accuracy at some point to show you that what you were doing was so wrong. That's why we see people, I've seen people do stuff, and then 2 weeks later after they did it, something happened to them terrible, because what they did was very nonsensical. It was nothing, no sense to it. It was just nonsensical. He said, whatever. I'm 6 protons, 666. There you go. That's what I am. I am energy. I am life. I am love. I am beauty. I'm the sweet truth. I am my joyful thoughts. I see only the enlightened. My will and your will are the same. As I live from my heart, I give love to the world. How about that? He asked a question with a question. That's funny. Now, King. King Thomas, just keep studying, bro. You own to something. You just got to just look deeper. That's why I say the best of us should lead the rest of us, because the least of us are misguided by the mindlessness of us. That's why I make that statement. That's why I make that statement. Anybody got any more questions in here before I get up out of here? I guess we'll come back, with some more videos tomorrow, or either we just, like bring Rolo, man, because Rolo be wanting to come in, you know what I mean? Rolo gonna come in. What is it, Slow? What up, bro? Did you miss you talking to the dude, Lil? What up, bro? Did I miss you talking to the dude, Lil Ear Dog? I don't know if you missed me. Do you study? Yes, I read all the John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, Dr. Ben Jockaway, Dr. Smalls. I read the ISIS papers. I read all that stuff, bro. So you study John Henry Clark. I read all that stuff. So Slowpoke, what's up, bro? Did I miss you talking to the dude, Little Ear Dog? I don't know. Did you? Is that important? Or is it important for us to get these messages out to these kids for them not to be part of the system and the routes we taken, to become, because evidently that if you're still here, it's because at some point you was able to strike balance. You was able to conclude that if you kept your hand in them streets, something catastrophic was going to happen to you. You wasn't going to make it. That's why a lot of people are not here today. What is it with your claiming? I see these old here still standing on Crip, and Stanley Williams denounced it, and he was founding member. Yep, that's true, Rodney. That is true. I don't, Rodney, I be trying to figure that out myself, bro, because if you got plenty of examples. I'm talking about plenty of examples that life does not work for nobody. There's only death, destruction, prison. That's it. Wheelchair. Those are the options. Good night, Tisha. Appreciate you checking in with us. That's it, man. Those are the options. But is it that we have this functional retarded type of understanding? We're functional, but at the same time, it's retarded because we do the most ridiculous stuff and we stay there. Part 2, I don't know. I might put it out tomorrow. There's a part 2 and 3. So yeah, there's a few parts to that. There go my guy right there. What up, man? Can you hear me?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, you there. I can hear you. That's little Ed Dog, man. Shout out to Ed Dog, man. I
Right
was
here.
just sitting here, man, just telling them,
I'm
you
right
know,
here. Anybody got questions for the Ed? I'm right here. Ain't no going nowhere. Running from nothing.
man, listen, Ed, I thought you did an amazing job, and the narrative that you extended and the shout outs that you gave to various individuals, very respectful, manable. You was articulate, and you educated the generations that's coming behind us on what not to be.
That's what
Don't
that's what
follow
the whole,
what we did.
what the whole message was supposed to be for. Remember, we were supposed to have been talking about the issue of the Mexicans putting a lot of pressure on themselves and
Uh huh.
causing so much of the race riots. I'm just like everybody else, Melly. I follow everything too. I'm the same as
Yeah.
everybody else. But it wasn't supposed to be about gang banging. It was supposed to be about
No.
dudes that looked like they wouldn't bust a grape with a sledgehammer. Got out there, their knees dirty,
Uh huh.
and that was it. It was supposed to be about a nigga that took off early, started moving and hustling and grooving early, and ended up trying to do something super positive and got pulled back into that war because of yo homeboy, my best friend, and ended up in just a gang of Compton bullshit, Compton business, Compton drama, and I rep this the way I repped it, Melly. It ain't no disrespect to nobody. I wasn't trying to
No,
do
no,
that,
no,
and
no, 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 no.
that's
However we people perceive it, people can take things out of the context because you talked about Watts, you talked about the Slausons, you talked about the Watergate, Senator Watergates, you talked about music business, you talked about, Spade.
Elder care, trying to get brothers with their credit up.
Uh-huh.
Everything was a positive. I got pulled back into something because I rep it. How many times you gonna get fired on, Melly, before it is what it is?
True.
How many times you gonna get shot?
True.
How many times you gonna get stabbed up? It is
True.
what it is.
True. 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 I mean, just think about it though, Ed. If you die in these streets behind a color, how nonsensical is that, man? That's nonsensical, bro. I mean, and when you really, and I know we have to get to that to fully understand that, but there's still people our age still stuck there, bro.
It took forever. It took forever because the low bottom is, sadly, Melly, like we still love it. Like keep it 100. We still love it. We still love that, it's in our spirit, but it's a different mentality. I want to put on my father hat. I want to put on my Stacy's. I want to get crispy. I don't want to go get bloody. But I mean, the ones who still saying they'll actually get out there and square up with a youngster, I don't get that. I don't know why I would ever want to send one of my youngsters out there to go through everything we did. I just don't see why I would do that. And that was the focus of it. It wasn't like I'm trying to rep something or fake the funk. It's
No.
It was just, it is what it is. I mean, we rep Compton too. I mean, before anything too. And you give your hood up, it's what you love. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no disrespect. I was trying to glorify the fact that we made it out of it and did something positive. And then I knew this was going to be an issue because I'm not one to go back and forth and step up and all of that. I just didn't do it. I felt that was kind of like, and I'm going to say this to all y'all with love, it's too much of y'all telling y'all homies business. Y'all call it, I'm keeping it 100. I'm sorry, my nigga, that's y'all telling a lot of shit. And I just don't agree with it. And I wasn't about to be going back and forth telling on myself. I work the way I worked. I love y'all, but I'm going to work the way I work, and I'm going to work. But I didn't want to glorify that. I didn't want to push that. So my video was more like, if you didn't realize it, it's guys out there that may look like they really just wouldn't do nothing. And some of us mean to do that on purpose. And we might be a little bit more of a problem than you would think because of that. You want to play the humble? Okay. But the rule was to win. And for all of y'all that saw people lose, that question is prevalent. Was it worth it to lose your homeboy over cuz or blood?
No.
That's the real question, right?
No.
Worth it to see your mom, your sisters, your cousins being shot.
Ed, when that finally dawned on me, that statement you just made.
Yes, sir.
I was devastated, bro, because I was in my studies, I was evolving spiritually.
Amen.
And I was taking in some things that I had never taken in before, and I was looking at things from a different angle. And the angle I was looking at it, my lenses became clear, my heart became filled, and my mind opened up to the idea that creation is so special, but yet fragile. And we don't take into account that, man, if I do something right, like again, I'm gonna say this: there are many boomerangs in life, and they will come back with astounding accuracy based on your words, your actions, your deeds, and the destruction that you commit along the way this life.
Period.
Life is just practice. We just hope to get great at it, bro. And how you get great at it is by reading, understanding, having conversations, being willing to step outside of your comfort zone. Get off of Compton Boulevard or Laundry. Get off of Rosecrans. Go to Milwaukee. See how they live over there. Go to Go to England if you can and see how they live over there. They're very much the living, and they won't let us come to Canada because Canada don't let fellas come over there. But you get what I'm saying. If we can get it to Germany, or we can Africa, be fortunate to make it to Africa, what we've been taught and believe about those countries is not necessarily the truth. And if you go over there and see it, you'll be like, wow,
It's beautiful. And
it's
see this,
beautiful.
and another thing too is a lot of homeboys that's that's pondering, y'all didn't understand. I started out real early. I had women early. They was predators. And a lot of dudes don't understand that part of life. When you listen to dudes like Pimp and Ken and homies, up there in the Bay Area, up in Dogtown, Oakland. I was in Aurora. I was in Oklahoma. I was all over the place. I'm out there in Kansas. I go where I want to go, and I wanted to have a bag. I also realized, what good is it if you're gonna go right out here trying to get away from so much killing, and then we bring it right with us. And I said that to you. I said, look, Mel, we all of us moved out here to Hesperia, Victorville, Palmdale, Calamasa, Beaumont, and turn right around and bring a hood with you.
Yeah, you said that.
Homies is
Because
gonna come.
we talked about Burt Train and my homie Jay and some of the others,
The homie from
that
60,
left that.
my boy, all of them that got killed right there by the 1200 block situations. A lot of dudes was out there. They took their beefs right there with them. You got 60s there. You got IVCs. You got Fotrays. You got Pomona homies. You got all kind of dudes, man, coming and going. Everybody want to make some of that money. And within that, homies started beefing. You got dudes in Paris, the Mead Valley gangsters. You got niggas in Harupa, Silky, and all them. It's I'm tired
My
of
homeboy, one of my homeboys
I didn't want
got killed in Palm Springs by some I don't even remember what they
to
name was.
Palm Springs. My homeboy Frank Nitty and all them was out there. Melly, these is homies from day one. See, so when people say this type of shit, I'm right here. I'm dealing with Indio. I'm dealing with Redlands. I'm dealing with essays from out here. I'm dealing with that from out here. I gotta put up with it from out here. I'm out here. There ain't a whole bunch of us in here. So I'm still here right now looking at y'all. And I done did how much, Melly? And I had to go through how much. I didn't call and ask nobody for nothing. But anybody that ran across me that said they was from LA Watts, period. If you black, period, brother, it's black. I don't got time to be worried about that. It's back to back, save our lives together. And that's it. And so how I'm gonna come home after having all these bloods have my back and hate bloods? How I'm gonna hate homies from the South? How I'm gonna hate homies from Tanner? How I'm gonna hate homies from Swamps? I grew up with Dooley and all them. How I'm gonna hate them? And I got love, and we done moved way out in the boonies, and everybody want to come out here and bang, bang, bang. All my Hoover homeboys. It's so many of y'all. I don't even. That's why I don't name people's names. You know my face. You know me. You know me. You know my story. I didn't have to play all hard or nothing. I just do what I gotta do when I gotta do it, and I say what I say, and I love what I love, and I love y'all. But
Man,
this
let me
okay.
let me ask this guy, King
Well,
Thomas. Obviously, you have a very young mind and you haven't matured. You say this is what you said. You can't escape killing in this day and age. You can't lay it down no matter how old you is. You gotta stand on business. Bro, that is asinine, bro. That is asinine. That is a very limited understanding you have. And the reason why you have that is because you're information poor. If you start reading, you start opening up and you get into some spirituality, bro, you would change your heart and you would change your idea about what you're saying, bro. You're actually signing your own certificate, bro, by saying, again, words are powerful and they do manifest the physical. I'm here to live. Like I told you guys, I read and write. I don't fight and shoot. Fighting and everybody I know that's involved in fighting and shooting, they're dead in a wheelchair in prison and never coming back again.
period.
So there's certain things I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Yes, sir.
I don't have a whole lot of people around me. So I put I put my life, my parameters, and I calibrate my life in a certain type of way that certain individuals, if I know where they at and they coming, I don't go around them, bro.
I'm sorry, I
I
can't
don't
do it.
go to parties. I don't go to certain I don't go to motorcycle clubs and all that different stuff. Sometimes those things are hazardous, just waiting, something waiting to happen, waiting to boil over. So certain things, bro, he say cap. It's cap because you don't have the mental gymnastic or the testicular fortitude to understand that what I'm trying to do is educate you. But you want to remain in this rut and you want to remain in the stereotypical
Be able to
mindset.
kill OGs, Melly. He's saying
Huh?
basically you should just be able to kill an OG. If the OG say he want to rest, he can't rest, loved one. You OG
That's
rest?
where his mind is at, you know what I mean? But he don't, and he's probably right now, he's probably angry because of what I'm saying to him. But all I'm trying to do is educate this young brother and help him be more than just part of this, what we call gang bang or gang member, or be, you know, quality over quantity.
He should have the right to stop if he want to too. What if God slap you across the head with the Jesus stick? You mess around and have a baby, man. You mess around and fall in love with something, and you just want to make it home. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
that's
You
King
know,
Thomas. That's amazing that you're a father of four and you're a single father and you have been your business owner for 11 years. If that's the case, then you don't have no business even thinking about the streets, bro. None. Because you got priorities. You got four little ones that you're responsible for. So that needs to be your priority. And don't even worry about this other stuff. I mean, continue to grow, be the best version of yourself, and don't and leave the nonsensical alone, because at the end of the day it's not going to stand on nothing. You just call it standing on business. That's just some words. That's word salads that people, when they talk about standing on business, dead homie, that's hood language word salad. It doesn't mean anything.
I know it goes along with a lot of death and a lot of war, Melly.
Yeah, dude. No, I just want the brother just to be mindful that he don't have to limit himself to that, because the only limitations that you have are the ones you place on yourself or you allow others to place on you.
That's so true. And
I'm a
I'm
widower. And,
like,
man, my condolences to you, bro. My condolences to you for
much
stepping
love.
up,
I'm
but
sorry you feel
also
the way
being
that
able to step up and raise your four children. Stay focused, bro. Stay focused on that and make sure that they get the right education, that you guide them right and protect them from what's the elements that's in the streets. Don't
I,
show them, don't you
that,
reveal too much, because kids are very receptive and smart. They pick up things. They pick up things really easy. So just be careful, bro. And no disrespect to you, King Thomas. I know that you want the best for yourself, and you just on the internet, voicing your opinion, and that's okay. You can have an opinion, but that just because we see everybody doing something, don't make it correct.
hmm, yeah,
No, I'm not trying to make you sound
no,
ignorant. I'm not
I
trying to make you sound ignorant. All I'm saying is that you're,
one.
you're information poor about certain things. But anyway, peace and blessings to you, King Thomas. Peace. You got the right name, King Thomas, man. Act like a king, man. Put your
Amen.
crown on. There you go, Ed. Go back to you, man. Sorry.
No. I just seen that you had a bit of a bit of a hit squad come out for me, because everybody like, who in the hell this nigga? Who is this? And everybody calling. Out of a sudden, my little niece, my little cousin called, and she hood checking, and I'm like, keeping it 100. It's like everyone
Yeah,
have
she the one that spoke up last time. What's her name?
my cousin Shalon.
Yeah, Shalon. Yeah. Shalon put him in check last
Oh,
time. You know what I mean?
she don't play. She don't play. But the thing is, my cousin know me. You know what I'm saying, Melly? Like your family know you. My cousin know me. She know that
Uh-huh.
if I call, they know that if I come, there ain't gonna be too much conversation. So that's the whole thing about it. I don't have to sit up and go back and forth with homies. Y'all grown men. Handle your business like you supposed to. I went from what level to what level to what level. I'm right here. Nigga got nose broke, sinus issue, you name it, homie. Please. This ain't gonna be no roll call on Lil Ed. I promise you. And I mean this with all my heart. Cause yeah, I'm old and ignorant. Y'all lucky I ain't healthy. Because if I was healthy, I'd be came home and came and seen about this. But the truth is, man, I love y'all. And our whole focus was to live and let live and stay positive, y'all, and learn something, man. Learn about trucking, learn about homes, learn about real estate, learn about business. Don't keep on pushing this gang stuff on the homies, because if you willing to say, like King Thomas just said, that's all cap, then that means we never safe. That means none of us can ever just say, I want to go to work. I want to work at the gravel yard. I want to work down at the pier. I want to drive. That's like saying an OG cannot rest. And that's not fair. You should be able to say, I'm cool when I'm cool, and it should be okay. And if a dude asks you something, you say, man, I ain't tripping. You should hope he go, okay, homie. You know, and he should be able to have on all his burgundy, all his red, all his whatever. If he say, I ain't tripping, homie, we should just be able to give him love, because that obviously that's where he's from.
What is it about we got to one up each other?
What, I don't understand that one, Brody, because it's like, how do you one up if what I got to kill two because he killed one?
Yeah.
You know I'm stupid. Yeah, I got to kill three because he killed two, Melly.
Yeah.
Right? I got into that war, and it was like and not only that, I'm into it with a family member who done married a family member.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Married one, and
That's
we used to
terrible.
run together, and all of a sudden it's like, what is a family barbecue like, Mel? You can't believe the tension over the last 25 years that then came from going back and forth from LA and Compton back to where I'm at, and what I went through with that. So for anybody that ain't never been through that, man, please hush your mouth. That's hard work. And you in somebody else's area, you in somebody else's zone, and you got to still maneuver you and give it up. It's still what it is. And you got to live that. How stupid is that? But it is what it is, because when do they stop? When they going to just let you just be you, Mel, and not connect you to the homies? And no disrespect to the brothers, but I didn't want my sons to see me getting smashed and getting blown away. So I just wanted to survive and live the best I could. But when you go to jail and go to prison, there is no in between. Streets
No.
is one, y'all, but the jail and the prison is totally different. Please respect that, at least. I understand it's easy to kill outside, but when you go to jail and go to prison, man, you already gone. The least y'all could do is figure out how to deal with each other without having to smoke each other up in there. I mean, come on. Some of this got to be common sense. Tell me if I'm tripping, Melly, but I just
No, you
don't
ain't tripping. Shout out to Wally Dog. My God, Wally Dog. What's up, Wally? No, you ain't tripping, man. You want the best for the best. I mean, you want the best circumstance for the people that's out here, man. You don't want to see people. We don't lost so much blood in the city of Compton, man.
man.
And nothing we can do to bring none of those individuals back. Nothing.
Nothing. I ain't seen one of them step out yet, Melly. Like we said, ain't no one stepped out the grave yet and told us that God ain't real. So if y'all saying that he's not real, you better understand, if he is real, and that word is for real, and he means what he said, keep on taking chances, thinking you can repent when you want to. How many homies was saying that while they was sitting there drinking coffee, and boom, they slumped? How many was getting out the car with groceries? Boom, they slumped. How many of y'all didn't give them a chance? How many of us didn't give them a chance and when it hit you, why you sitting there driving down the freeway sometimes, Melly, and water just hit your eye because you're seeing all the death? Why you just start crying? And you look at them sons, and it just and you think about the family members and friends you done had pressure with and drama, and it just hurts. It's a whole different pain.
Man, when I was younger, man, one of those boomerangs came back and got me, right? I did something, man, like I did something I just shouldn't have done, bro. And right to this day, I'm remorseful for it, man. And
Amen.
it wasn't 2 weeks after it came back and slapped me upside my head, man. And I wind up in ICU,
Real talk.
you know.
Mm.
And I can't go into the details about it, but man, it was just from that point on, man. And everybody know I told everybody the police tried to kill me and different stuff. I survived a such situation. But it's always been cause and effect. I always did something and then something came back. Other words, it was like a rubber band. I could only stretch it so far, boom, before it come back and hit me in my face.
You said something about that before. You was talking to one of the homies. I don't know if you was talking to Drag or somebody, but you was talking about karma and how karma
Uh-huh.
comes. And it dawned on me. I'm like, I could win the battle today, but I'm gonna lose the war tomorrow. And I just started having that feeling that if I take off, snap again,
You grew up in the neighborhood, Monique? Ed, can you hear me? I lost you. Can't hear you. I didn't know you grew up in the neighborhood, Monique. Can't hear you, Ed. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Yeah. Sorry for your loss. Probably it's got to be somebody I know, Monique. It's got to be because I've been living in that neighborhood since 1968.
can you hear me
Ed,
well?
can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was looking at the thing that Monique had posted. She said her son's father was killed on Peck Street
And Long Beach Boulevard.
and the LB Boulevard. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It is very very real. If anybody knows another story, maybe the story about me coming out of the Compton swap meet as a youngster with a homegirl that I was dating, and some of the rules caught me slipping, tried to knock my head open with a bat and hit the homegirl, and she ended up being mentally challenged,
Like
and
my pops used to say, we can't come back and say what's on the other side of midnight. That's true.
amen, amen. So for anybody else, I just want y'all to understand something. This wasn't no glorification of me trying to like put on or nothing for the hood like I'm something else, something special. It's just it is what it is. I'm a different type of cat when it come to that banging. I was a different type. I was raised by a different type of dude. My rules is different than y'all rules, and there's a reason why I'm not supposed to be seen when it come to that. And I would much rather people look at me this way than that way. That's my right. It's just the homeboy caught me and he spoke on it, and it is what it is, y'all. It was no disrespect for all y'all that's frontlining your way. But for you that don't know me, I don't honestly, no disrespect, but I don't care. Because the ones that know me. And I'm known from all over the place, keeping it 1,000. I went way, way further than a lot of my homeboys ever traveled with this. So I love y'all, but I put on for this. And there's nothing else I can tell you. But I didn't get on the video trying to press nothing. It was all about peace, love. I wanted to promote the music. I wanted to promote some positivity with Mel, and because he's pushing positive stuff. I'm dealing with some health issues with epilepsy, cancer. I'm not supposed to be out there squaring up with nobody, y'all. he ain't supposed to be squaring up with nobody just because he's doing some positive stuff. But if brothers like King Thomas decide that we not eligible for that, then what do we do? What do we do? And that's the position that my brother basically just told us right here, that we not eligible for peace. If somebody want it, one of the youngsters want it, we supposed to give it to them. So you telling us to basically put our lives back in the hand of the correctional officer, or in the hands of the caretaker. I don't understand that. Especially when you say, you know what I'm saying, it don't matter. It don't matter, Marlena. It don't matter. I don't care. I don't care. You don't have to think I'm from nowhere. You can call me from nowhere gang. I don't give a shit. That's on everything I love. That's on Compton. I don't give a
But you had
shit.
already said that you grew up on a Prilla. That was you said that.
Uncle Roy, right across the street from Mr. Taylor. All of them is my family. John Jr., Chuck, everybody. Even Chucky didn't even remember who I was till I got on the phone. I said, Chucky with the curl? Because I was gone, Melly. I was already out making paper. You know what I mean? So
Chucky, the one that stayed on Alondra?
Yeah, on Alondra, 5 South, right there, next door to Uncle Roy. Uncle Roy's a mechanic, auto shop. Ain't no question. I'm on the same street as Michael. I'm on the same street as Ray. I was at the funeral for Mikey Suarez. I'm on the video. Ain't no in between. So I don't know what, it ain't about that. This was not
No.
supposed to be about that, Melly. It was supposed to
You
be
ain't got nothing to prove, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be about that. It was just supposed to be about the positive message. It just so happens, y'all, that's where I put my name. That's where I put my name. That's what my claim to fame. That's it. That's all. If you had an opportunity to touch this, you was welcome at it. It ain't going no place. It's right here. Yours is welcome too. But this is supposed to be positivity and love. But I believe if I'm from the set and I'm from the CPT, I ain't supposed to be nobody's punk neither. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So it is what it is. See me when you see me. Speak your piece. I ain't going no place. I'm gonna be on here every time.
That's it. Man, shout out to Ed Dog, man. Shout out to my partner, Ed Dog. That's my partner right there, man.
Straight up, straight up, and ain't no in between. Me and Sally B, that was my bro. When I see Mob and them is homeboys. They wouldn't accept me if I was some coward ass Custer Buster. There ain't no in between, y'all. You should love a nigga that represents your set to the fullest the way I did, because I done did it everywhere. Everywhere. While y'all was at the house. Sitting your ass down.
Oh, that hurt right there. That hurt, Ed. That hurt.
1,000. Nigga from Boulevard on down.
Ed, that hurt, man. While they was at the where?
While they was at the fucking house, sitting their ass down, talking shit, drinking Old English.
That hurt right there, man. That hurt.
What was a hurricane, nigga? I am that hurricane. Hurt. Yes.
That hurt right there, Ed.
And the flip-flop. Y'all know me. Super sported down. SS's. Me and Tone. Me and Monotone. Me and Reg. Me and Ears. All of them. You ask Damon. You ask your homeboys. You ask Steel Bill. You can ask Butch Griffin. You can ask Lil Rock. There ain't no in between. You can ask Crazy Dre. You can ask Ha Ha. You can ask Go. Edwina. Ain't no in between who I am. But I did it the way I want to do it. And I ain't telling myself. That's all there is to it, Ellie. I ain't snitching on myself. Self-snitching. The hell is that?
No. Don't do it. Don't do it, Ed. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, Melly, but goddamn it, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 since everybody wanna know. Y'all sound like some fucking weirdos, nigga. You get up and get your ass out there and put it on. Go to Aurora and ask about me. You can ask Panther and all them about me. Ain't no in between. But it's about positivity. As I was out there, we were still talking positivity. We were still talking we were still talking property, y'all.
Yes.
Through all of that stupidity, we were still talking, get your money, get something to last you. Get something to make something, please. Get your faith back in God. Stop touching these boys. Stop touching these girls. Stop with all this godlessness. In between that, y'all want to say cousin blood. You want to get down with everybody. You want to shoot before you even know why you shooting. We killing friends. We killing friends' kids. Y'all killing
Family members.
children and nephews. Come on, y'all. I mean, let's be real. What we doing? That's genocide. Everything Melly's saying, this is genocide. This is my message. That's what I was supposed to do. Melly caught me slipping, and I mean that, y'all. I was supposed to step out a whole different way, and it just so happened that one day I would have put on some of the homeboys from the set, and then y'all would have known, oh, Ed is connected to the set. That's the homie Ed. Oh, I remember Eddie. That's little Eddie. Blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't supposed to step out with this cripping business, and then, but it came the way it came. I'm a Compton Crip. You see that? Look at that. Compton, co-rip. There it is. By way of Santa Ana Watergate. Shout out to Big Spy, my big brother. I love you. But other than that, y'all, let's look at it from the real standpoint of, did a man stand up for himself or not?
There it is there, man.
And still
Shout
alive.
out to your dog, man.
Is a man
Well,
still alive, y'all? All my kids are alive. My grandkids are alive. None of my baby mamas have been kidnapped and unalive, taken out in the woods. None of my family done been did dirty because I was stupid. They here, y'all. They passing away because God calling them. Not from a shell. Not because I did nothing foul. Check my name. If y'all, since we all on some gangster shit, check it. You can ask Sugar Bear and them. You can ask Snake and them. You can ask Orange Head and them. You can go any hood you want to. There ain't no in between. You can ask Black Jimmy. You can go over there to Broadway. You can go over there to Kitchen. You can ask Stevie. You can ask Avalon Bruce. You can ask Eastside Moloch, one of my best friends, neighborhood Compton Crip, and my Masonic brother. Yeah, I put your name out there. I'm sorry, Mo, but that's the truth, y'all. Since we're gonna get there, riding in a Nissan truck, little two-seater.
not the
Yeah,
Nissan truck.
yes, sir. Little two-seater down there. Right there across from the swamps. That's my cousin. That's my bro. Big Reg, Big Black from Lantana. That's family, y'all. KD from Palmer Block, KP, and all of them. That's family. I wouldn't claim these dudes if I didn't know them, y'all. I wouldn't put it out there like that. But it wasn't a glorification. I'm just standing on my business tonight because I'm reading y'all weird ass comments, and don't none of y'all know how many times my life's been on the line behind that word. So I don't have to say nothing else to y'all. I'm going to do this because I read the comments. This is it. I'm not going to speak on it no more.
There it is there, man.
But I
Ed
got
was,
this
man, listen, Ed.
brother.
I
They name
think you said it all. You
Ray.
summarized it up really well.
Their name is Ray. Joe. Their name is Joe. Their name is Fat. Their name is Big Homies. They Big Ed. Those is big homies to me. Dre and them is big homies to me. Bill and them is big homies to me. I ran with who I ran with, y'all. And I did it my way. And I'm done with it. I love you, and I'm here till God call me. And if y'all got a problem with it, I'm sorry. I'm still here, and just like King Thomas said, if you don't want to give me a break, God damn it, don't. Don't. On West Side. On
Hey,
West Side.
Ed,
I
we
love
got
you,
to
man.
bounce up out of here, man. I appreciate you coming and sharing time and space with us and just speaking your piece and
Yes,
your
sir.
truth and
Yes,
how
sir.
you do it, man. You
Yes, sir.
continue to be cool, how you be cool, man, and continue to strive for greatness, brother, that I know that you are. You
You
know,
always
you my brother, you my homie, you my
much,
loved one,
much
and
love.
ain't nothing for to get between that, bro.
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to make it clear because I'm like, hold up. Y'all don't even know. Me and Melly know each other on a different level. I know Melly through names and respect. I didn't get to hang out around Melly. I just knew Melly and them through other stuff, through the cars and things like that. But Gangster and all them names, y'all gotta know. Them names ring bells. But my real homeboys, Lebo and Jay and them is partners. So, I'm sorry, y'all, but when it went down, it went down. And it is what it is. So there it is. That's how me and Melly connected, if y'all want to know. Paying
There
shots
you
out
go.
to homeboy Jay. And this just came about, but it was never to glorify or nothing with the set, y'all. So please, no disrespect. It's real big homeboys that Melly he could have easily pulled up, bam.
Thank you, King Thomas. I appreciate you, loved one.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Monique Hill, I appreciate you. Marlena Williams, Postmaster General Henry, everybody. Ed Dogg, shout out to you. Salute to you, man. We'll talk soon, bro.
Yes, sir.
Take
God
care,
bless.
man.
Loved one.
Peace. Peace. That was Ed Dogg, man. That's good. Shout out to John. Shout out to Rodney Scott. Let's see. King Thomas again. My guy, big homie Dez, Slowpoke. Everybody that's in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Let's, let's get some millions and split it up amongst we. That's what we need to do, man. With that being said, I am Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. Don't mind me just watching, but go ahead and lock that door. We out.
Cali Miners, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a bro fish the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shining. That's hard work, proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that check with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it, I just make it happen. Word on the block is that the shit go. Reach for the low.
Lock the door, because we all gone.